Hello everybody and welcome back to the Finance Zone. When you think about money, what comes to mind? The credit card bills you've been struggling to pay off? The dream home you've been steadily saving up to buy over the past few years? Or is it the vacation you are taking in 2 weeks to celebrate your 30th birthday? In this video, we'll be talking about 8 money mindsets only broke people have. Make sure you're watching to the very end so you don't miss out on these mentalities. Number 1, money is scarce and hard to get. Does money feel scarce to you? No matter how hard you work, there still never seems to be enough. As for the idea of ever being wealthy, well, that sounds impossible. This is a scarcity mindset and it's keeping you broke. We don't want to get all woo-woo on you here, but thinking this way about money leads to debts that never get smaller, savings that never grow, financial emergencies just when you felt like you might get ahead. Here's the kicker, it doesn't matter how much money you earn. With a scarcity mindset, it will never be enough. The answer isn't having more money, it's changing how you think about money than taking action. The opposite of the scarcity mindset is an abundance mindset. Creating an abundance mindset by focusing on what you have instead of what you lack. Stop saying things like, I'm always broke and we can't afford it. Swap these thoughts instead for some that inspire a positive money mindset. I'm grateful for my income no matter the amount. My actions create constant prosperity. I am worthy of making more money. Every day, my finances are improving. Number 2, justifying unnecessary spending. For example, going out to the mall to buy a new outfit that you can barely afford, buying a new car and spending while you gain instead of investing the money into something that will make you earn more. Most people think that if they work for several hours, they deserve to reward themselves at the end of the day, which becomes a habit. However, this counts as unnecessary spending because you can survive without the reward. What have you got to lose by changing your spending mindset to an abundant one? Awesome things can begin to happen if you truly believe you can save, pay off debt, start investing, and build real wealth. The change is all in your mind. You literally have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Number 3, I need to live my best life right now. And I'm not afraid to max my credit card, loan, mortgage, debt to do it. There's never been more social pressure to live your best life right now. We've got our YOLO and FOMO consumer-focused culture to thank for that. It seems like a big house, all the shiny new things, Range Rover and an overseas trip every 6 months is the general idea of a best life. To fund these best lives right now, it's all too common to max out credit cards, loans, or take on an insanely high mortgage. Reality check. Going into crazy debt isn't living your best life. When credit card and mortgage repayments get out of control, you won't be posting pics of your monthly statements on Instagram, #blessed. You won't be living your best life, you'll be trapped in a financial nightmare. The incredible sense of entitlement we have in the Western world is keeping millions of people broke. Think about what your best life actually is. Is it really all of these things, or are you just getting caught up in what everyone else is doing? Our idea of a best life doesn't include money worries about paying the bills and an uncertain financial future for our kids. Patience and the ability to postpone gratification are some of the best financial habits you can develop. The idea we need all the exciting great things right now is a lie. It's a lie every marketing campaign selling some lifestyle product or experience wants you to believe, so you spend even when you can't afford it. Number 4, I'm too old to succeed financially. It's never too late. However, broke people think that gaining wealth has an age limit, therefore they are discouraged to go out there and invest their little savings or try out a new career path. This kind of mentality limits them from exposure and opportunities, thus making them broke. They fail to see the advantage of being much older with experience to tackle many situations. Number 5, if they have it, then I should have it too. People go out buying expensive cars, clothes, jewelry, hosting flashing weddings just because their friends and family are doing it. They want it. However, they ignore important factors like how much are the other people earning? Is it close to what I can afford? Am I financially stable to drive a new car? Without this in mind, people end up being deep in debt, therefore maintaining a broke status. This habit keeps you broke, which as far as we know, isn't many people's idea of a best life. Number 6, inertia. Inertia refers to our tendency to maintain the status quo, keeping things as they are instead of actively making a change. Change requires thinking, decision-making, and action, all of which make it far more difficult, and often more unpleasant, than leaving things as they are. It's the reason habits are so hard to break, bad financial habits being no exception. Marketers understand inertia and use it to their advantage, and often to our detriment. The new gym or food subscription service offering a free introductory month, for example, knows that putting the onus on you to cancel up to 30 days makes it much more likely that you'll succumb to inertia, do nothing, and wind up paying for the service whether you use it or not. Scheduled money check-ins and goal setting can certainly help generate some of the necessary disruption to combat inertia, but the most powerful way to fight inertia is to use it to your advantage. The more you automate financially savvy behaviors like setting aside a percentage of your paycheck in savings or contributing X dollars amount of month to your retirement accounts, the more inertia will save you. By automating these good financial practices, you no longer have to opt into fiscally responsible habits, they're your default. And because we're all more likely to succumb to our respective defaults, you're automatically set up for success. Number 7, you need a ton of money to start saving. While it certainly doesn't hurt to have a healthy sum of disposable income, it isn't a requisite to saving money. The most important thing is to make it a priority and start somewhere. Do we hear a grumble? Believe you and me, saving doesn't have to be difficult. And there's a reason why pay yourself first is considered a pillar of personal finance. If you're a Chime member, the Save When You Get Paid feature helps you tuck away a percentage of each paycheck. After starting your first job, you may be wondering how much you need to make to start saving money. After all, you've likely heard terms like emergency fund. But if you're working at an entry-level job, you may be making just enough to cover your basic needs. Saving money may be the last thing on your mind, but how much should you really be making before you start saving? The answer? You should begin saving as soon as you begin working, and you should take immediate steps to put away money for emergencies ranging from $1,000 to 1 month's salary. However, there may be other issues that you might need to deal with before you start saving money. Prioritizing savings over spending, you're taking your financial well-being and your goals seriously. Depending on the cost of living in your area, you may be struggling to do this on an entry-level salary and may need to find ways to cut your expenses so that you can make ends meet. Taking in a roommate, eating your meals at home, cutting cable, or taking public transportation can help you get a bare bones budget and save money. Look at your spending and see if there are areas you can cut so you can start saving sooner. Cutting back on discretionary spending can help you get the right financial path. Even if you can only cut back $50 a week in a few categories, that savings will add up over time. Number 8, believing frugality and deprivation are the same thing. Frugality is one of the most powerful tools you can use to turn a disastrous financial situation around quickly. The thing is, in the minds of many people, frugality and deprivation are the same thing. They believe to be frugal is to be miserable, deprived, and cheap. While some people do take frugality to the extreme, a healthy approach to frugality is really about finding out how to get the same value in life for less money. It's about learning to enjoy life while spending less than you have in the past. This doesn't mean giving up everything you love. It's about making room for what you love by culling the expenses of those things that don't add real value to your life. Let's say you really value your weekly personal training sessions, but they're expensive. Being frugal doesn't mean giving up PT entirely. What it means is finding other areas in your life to cut back on that don't add real value so you can afford your training sessions. There are no universal rules of frugality. Use it how might best work for your personal situation. How does confusing frugality and deprivation keep you broke? If you're in a bit of a financial mess, frugality can help you get out of it a lot quicker. But if you label it negatively, you're not likely to use it as a tool. You already feel stressed about your finances. Why make things worse by depriving yourself? So you don't make any effort to change your spending habits, and the cycle and broke continues. Thanks for watching. While you are here, go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos on your screen. See you there.